What's up, guys? So it's been quite a few days since I last worked on the speed motor, and today we're gonna try and get it all timed. The rear main on, the oil pump on, oil pan, oil pump. So we're gonna go ahead and start doing that, but we're gonna do the rear main first. So here's what the back of the motor looks like. I had to take it off the stand to get room to put the rear main seal on. And here is the rear main seal. Right here. It's got its built-in gasket. This is a seal right here. And there's this white install tool that fits nicely over the crank. If I can somehow show you. Fits over the crank. So you just push the rear main seal on. It's highly recommended you leave that white thing in so you don't roll the seal. You just push it on, pull the white thing off, throw it away. So let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, we're going to take a little bit of oil and we're going to wrap it around the end of the crank here so it's a nice lubricated surface for the rear main, because you never want to put anything together dry. So I'm going to do this. Slides over the crank real nice, maybe, and then you just slide the rear main seal right on. And there's little locating dowels that help locate the seal. Oh boy, sorry about that. There's little locating dowels that help locate the seal. So we'll get the bolts and we'll torque this all up. Throw this guy away. Okay, so the torque is 90 foot-pounds, or 90 inch-pounds, I'm sorry. But we're going to start in the center, get these center two, and then crisscross. Kind of like tightening a wheel. You just have 6 bolts instead of 5 or 4. Just star pattern, that's the way I've always done it, and then I go around and check them all. There you go. Boom. Remain installed. Okay, so now we're going to put on our oil pump. It's a machine surface back here. And this is where the oil input is, and it's machine surface right here. No gasket required. There's 2 locating dowels that go in the bigger diameter holes. Slide that guy in there. And you get your bolts. These big long ones. You can use this impact to speed up the process. Not gonna torque them. Too much with that. So we're gonna go to 106. Go star pattern-ish. Click them off. Alright, and then we're going to go 16 foot-pounds. We get our bigger wrench out. Bring her all the way down to 16. Alright. Here we go. Oil pump is installed. Now, time for the pickup tube. Here's the pickup tube. There's an O-ring that goes in here. Make sure you have it, or else you are going to have some terrible oil pressure issues. You're not going to want those. We'll just tighten them. Nice enough to press that gasket. Evenly tighten it so you can press the gasket or O-ring just enough. So now we're going to get our oil pan and put some silicone on it. So here we have our oil pan. It's all nice and cleaned up. I have a pneumatic cup gun for my silicone tube that I have, so just lay a thin bead all the way around. And there you have the silicone. So now we're going to take our nicely siliconed up oil pan. There's a cutout in the windage tray that's installed for the oil pickup tube. So let's get down here and slide it on there. Set it down. Make sure all your bolt holes line up. You grab your bolts, just drop them in there real quick. You got your long ones for the back. Make sure you get those in the back there. Even on my phone, I use it for reference, and it is going to be 16 foot-pounds. So follow the torque sequence and torque them to 16 foot-pounds. So I'm going to take a towel here and I'm going to wipe off this excess silicone that's squeezed out up front here. We're going to put more on later at the split lines, but I just don't want it unevenly dried. So now I'm going to flip the motor back over and we're going to time it. So before we time it, we had to put our cams in. So these are all loosey-goosey. The head is not changed, and so I'm not going to lash the valves because I know that the lash is correct because I was the one who did it the last time. So we're going to put some gloves on and we're going to put our cams in. So there is a torque sequence for these cam caps, but what I do is, you can see this is intake 1, the lobe's sticking kind of straight up. This one's pointing over here. This one's pointing down, and it's kind of compressing the buckets. And this one's almost directly straight down. So what I do is I'll tighten this one first, and I'll kind of try to depress the valves, and we'll bring it down easy. But I start with the one that's going to compress the most and go to the next one, because what you do is if you bring this cap down, because this is the one that's not directly going to compress buckets. So if you try to push this one down, you'll have a weird load on the cam. And I've actually broken these cams. I've actually snapped them right off. So I adopted a new way of doing it. But it's also, you want to go slow. You want to do it slow so you're not stressing anything out too fast. But I think they say they start in the middle and they work a weird way. But I'll start over here. Now we're going to torque the caps down after we brought them down nice and even. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to go towards the back of the engine, back towards the front, towards the back, towards the front, and then lastly that one. Okay, so we're going to do that real quick. And the first step is 79 inch-pounds, and the last step is 12 foot-pounds. Alright, so I made this big long video on how to do the cams and how to do the timing and the oil pan and this and that, and it started to become too long of a video for me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to end this video of the cam install, the oil pan install, and the oil pump install, and then I'm going to make another video on how to time it, because the timing takes a while. And this video is already 20 something minutes long, so I don't want to make it an hour long video because I don't want to watch it all the way to the end. So have a good day, and I will make another video on the timing, and I'll see you over there, okay? And I gotta quit looking at the screen.